Are you interested in early retirement? It's a hot topic these days, and for a good reason. Who wouldn't want to retire years before the standard age? But what if you're worried that you can't afford it? Don't worry, there are ways to retire early on a low income. Hello everyone, welcome to Worldly Wisdom. If you're new to this channel, do like and subscribe to the channel. In this video, we will talk about how to retire early with low income. Retirement doesn't have to be expensive. With careful planning, you can make it happen sooner than you think. So, let's get started. The first way to retire early with low income is to reduce expenses. This may seem obvious, but it's worth repeating. To retire early, you must spend less than you earn. That means evaluating your spending habits and making changes where necessary. One way to do this is to track your spending for a month or two to get an idea of where your money is going. Once you know where your money is going, you can start to make changes. For example, consider cooking more meals at home if you're spending a lot on eating out. If you're spending a lot on clothes, consider shopping at thrift stores or online consignment shops. And if you're spending a lot on entertainment, consider finding free or low-cost activities that you enjoy. Changing your spending habits can be difficult, but it's important to remember that every little bit helps, even if you can only save a few $100s each month. That's a few $100s more than you can put towards retirement. The second way to retire early with low income is to increase your income. If you want to retire early, you must ensure you're doing everything possible to increase your income. You'll be closer to your goal if you can find ways to bring in more money. There are many different ways to do this. Some of the most common include finding ways to make extra money on the side, negotiating for a raise at your job, or switching to a higher paying job. No matter what you do, you must use your extra income wisely. If you can bring in an extra $1,000 each month, for example, make sure you're saving as much of it as possible. The more money you can put away now, the less you'll have to worry about later. The third way to retire early with low income is to invest wisely. Investing is one of the most important things you can do if you want to retire early. When done correctly, investing can help you grow your nest egg much faster than simply saving your money in a savings account. Of course, investing comes with risks, so it's essential to ensure you're doing it wisely. One way to do this is to invest in a diversified mix of assets, such as stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. This will help protect your investments if one type of investment doesn't perform well. Another thing to keep in mind is that you don't have to go it alone. There are plenty of professionals out there who can help you make wise investment choices. If you're unsure where to start, consider working with a financial advisor. The fourth way to retire early with low income is to plan for retirement carefully. One of the most important things you can do if you want to retire early is to plan for retirement carefully. This means setting aside monthly money to have a comfortable nest egg when you retire. It also means ensuring you're taking advantage of all the tax breaks and benefits available to retirees. For example, you may want to consider contributing to a Roth IRA or 401k to take advantage of tax-free growth. And finally, it means being realistic about how much money you'll need in retirement. Don't just guess. Sit down and figure out exactly how much money you'll need to cover your expenses. Once you know how much you'll need, you can start working on a plan to get there. The fifth way to retire early with low income is to downsize your lifestyle. If you're serious about retiring early, you may need to change your lifestyle. One of the most significant expenses is their housing costs, so downsizing your home can save you a lot of money each month. Other changes you may need to make include getting rid of your car or switching to a more fuel-efficient model, cutting back on travel expenses and eating out less often. Making even small changes like these can free up a significant amount of money each month, which can be used to help fund your retirement. Deciding to retire early is a big one, but it doesn't have to be an impossible dream. If you're willing to make some sacrifices and put in the work, it can be a reality even if you don't have a high income. With careful planning and discipline, retiring early is within reach for anyone. So if you've been dreaming of early retirement, start working on a plan today. It may take time and effort, but it'll be worth it in the end. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. The sixth way to retire early with low income is to stay healthy but don't overspend on healthcare. One of the best things you can do for your retirement is to stay healthy. Not only will this help you enjoy your golden years more, but it can also save you a lot of money on healthcare costs. Of course, there's no guarantee that you'll never get sick or have an accident, but there are some things you can do to help improve your chances of staying healthy. For example, you can quit smoking, eat a healthy diet, and exercise regularly. You should also make sure that you have good health insurance coverage. This will help protect you financially if you need to see a doctor or have a medical procedure. And finally, don't overspend on healthcare. There's no need to buy the latest and greatest health gadgets or go for the most expensive tests. Stick to necessary care and you can keep your costs down. The seventh way to retire early with low income is to focus on building wealth, not just saving money. If you want to retire early, it's essential that you focus on building wealth, not just saving money. While saving is a crucial part of the equation, you must ensure that your money works for you if you want to retire early. One of the best ways to do this is to invest in yourself. Take some courses or get additional training to earn a higher salary. Another option is to start your own business. This can be a great way to generate extra income and give yourself more control over your work life. No matter what you do, the important thing is that you're proactive about finding ways to build wealth. The more money you can bring in each month, the closer you'll be to retiring early. The eighth way to retire early with low income is to make sacrifices to enjoy your retirement later. If you want to retire early, you may need to make some sacrifices now to enjoy your retirement later. One of the significant expenses people have is their housing costs. If you can downsize or move to a cheaper area, you can free up a lot of money each month. You may also need to make changes to your lifestyle. If you're used to eating out often or going on expensive vacations, you'll need to cut back on these things to save money. It may not be easy, but making these sacrifices will pay off in the long run. The last way to retire early with low income is to stay disciplined and focused on your goals. If you want to retire early, it's vital that you stay disciplined and focus on your goals. This means creating a budget and sticking to it, investing in yourself so you can earn more money, and making sacrifices when necessary. It won't be easy, but if you're dedicated to reaching your goals, you'll be able to retire early and enjoy a comfortable retirement. So stay focused and don't give up. Your future self will thank you for it. Retiring early is a goal that many people have, but it can be tough to achieve if you don't have a high income. However, there are still ways to make it happen. You just need to be creative and willing to make some sacrifices. If you use these tips, you'll be on your way to early retirement. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something from this video. If you like this video, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Thank you and goodbye.